The gift of entrepreneurship and sustainable development goals to eradicate poverty everywhere. Focusing on SDG 1, Ambassador Dr. Kimberly GRANTBYNOE, CEO at the Economic Hub USA, is going to talk about this topic next. Over to you, Dr. Kimberly, for your session.
Hello. I'm getting ready to put myself on here. There we are.
Perfect. Yes.
Hello, good afternoon. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Oh, wonderful. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I would like to first acknowledge Santosh Apana for this wonderful, amazing, exciting Global Finance Council Summit 2022. I'm just so humbled and honored to be a part of this summit. It's dear to my heart. Some of the things that has been shared in your initiative has really spoken to my heart, and I believe that this is why I'm here today to collaborate with this effort. I love the mission where you talk about you want to promote sustainable business models and best practices to the worldwide creation of new industry over the medium and long term. That's me. I'm a person for creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Well, my name is Dr. Kimberly GRANTBYNOE. I'm the Innovation Officer for the Economic Hub. The Economic Hub is a new emerging business venture that was birthed during the global pandemic. We came as a solution to answering the economic crisis, and part of that is joining alongside in collaboration with the United Nations to end and eradicate poverty. I'm going to be talking about the gift of entrepreneurship for sustainable development to eradicate poverty. I believe entrepreneurship is a gift from God. I believe He gives us talents, He gives us gifts, He gives us the ability to produce wealth. And I believe through the gift of entrepreneurship, it provides us the opportunity of financial freedom. But unfortunately, there are many people who are struggling, who do not have the benefit of financial freedom. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today in working on this initiative, this SDG 1 goal to eradicate poverty everywhere. According to the United Nations, it says globally, the number of people living in extreme poverty declined from 36% in 1990 to 10% in 2015. But the pace of change decelerated after COVID-19 crisis. Risk reverse decades of poverty. We realized that during 2020, with the hit of the health pandemic and economic crisis, the first thing many people had to do was they had to stop business as usual. They had to leave jobs, places of employment, because the world was shutting down due to the pandemic. So we were all challenged to go and do our business in our homes. That was a good thing for many people, but it wasn't so good for most of the population because there were many people who really didn't have homes to go to. And we're going to talk about some of the issues that poverty brings in destroying families. It destroys vision. It gives you less hope to dream because you're dealing with financial issues. And how entrepreneurship is a gift is because it gives us the creative ability to innovate and to create. And I believe that that is what the next phase of my life is geared towards, is to really promote more creativity and innovation. And I believe that that was where the Economic Hub was birthed. It was birthed through being that answer to the problem of our economy. I believe we answered that too. First, let me just talk a little bit about what the Economic Hub is. The Economic Hub is an organization that was birthed through the global pandemic. We're affordable gateway and global initiative to creativity and innovation. We're here to help those who have a dream of starting entrepreneurship. It's to help them to bring out the creativity and the innovation to start a business. I've been working in the not-for-profit sector for over 21 years, and I've been serving and working with underserved and disadvantaged communities. And where most of the problems come in underserved and disadvantaged communities is they lack the resources that are needed for a thriving community, for a thriving business. And so part of our faith-based community Economic Development Corporation, we brought in resources to help and promote more small business enterprises, to promote economic empowerment and financial literacy education. And I believe that when you're dealing with poverty, you lack the resources that are needed to get you to the next point or the next phase of your life. And I believe sustainable development is so important for economic growth. When you start a business, how do you sustain it? How do you manage it? And when we go back to the global pandemic, there were many people who feared where the incomes were going to come from, where the monies were going to come from, to what? To help to provide the financial needs of taking care of their families. So many of us were left in this crisis, this financial dilemma, and we had to really go and pull within our creative being. My mentor, the Dr. Miles Monroe, the late Miles Monroe, he said it like this. He said, crisis is the incubator for creativity and innovation. Crisis is the incubator for creativity and innovation. Many times when you're going through a crisis, as we were in 2020, the first thing we do, like I was saying before, is we panic. We panic as to what is going to happen next. How are we going to take care of our family? How are we going to put food on the table? And that is where the statistics come in from the SDG 1 initiative in ending poverty, because many people are now still recuperating and bounding from the pandemic due to the loss of income, due to some people lost their homes, some cars were repossessed, some people lost their businesses. So what it did was it left many people in a state of not having hope. And so I believe that this Global Founders Council Summit is such a great initiative and a great tool to help to bring hope again and bringing strong partnerships and collaborations like many of us are up here today in providing the resources and the tools that are needed for people to sustain and to go into entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship brings financial freedom. It brings generational wealth. It provides you an opportunity to build legacy, to leave an inheritance for your children and for your children's children, for generations to come. And so it's so important for us to embrace the spirit of entrepreneurship and help promote and support small businesses. You know, many people say that when you empower a woman, you empower a nation. And me being a woman, coming out of poverty, living with a family years ago who were working class, working good jobs, but they struggled financially, even working 2 good jobs. And many people today still find that that's the same problem that they're dealing with. Not enough pay, salary. Women, that's where gender equality comes in, because women get paid less than men. And so it's so important for us as we move forward into this sustainability and economic empowerment and small business and entrepreneur development. It's really having a cutting edge for entrepreneurship, because I believe that this is the time that a lot of businesses are being birthed for entrepreneurship. A lot of people want to start their own businesses. And I believe that we have a great opportunity to be able to provide them with the tools that is necessary to start and launch those businesses. So I believe that strong collaborations like this, like the Global Founders Council Summit with GCPIT, is a great start to getting on cutting edge entrepreneurship development, small business enterprise, and also working alongside in financial literacy education. And so I believe entrepreneurship is the answer to what we're dealing with economically, globally throughout the world. I believe it's using the God-given gifts and talents that's on the inside of us to create and to innovate and use that for the gift of entrepreneurship. It is indeed a gift because it helps us to create the ability to produce wealth, because without business, without small businesses, our economy cannot be prosperous. And so we need more businesses. We need more people to dream bigger, to come outside of their comfort zones and come into a zone of freedom and liberty of entrepreneurship so we can eradicate poverty. And it's through creating more jobs. It's creating, using our ability to dream again, to believe again, to have hope again. And so I believe that this is a great initiative and moving forward that we need to garnish, and we need to bring more people on board to be a part of forward moving into the next for 2030 and sustainable development goals. Thank you so much for this opportunity to provide my heart today. I didn't come with a slide. I did have one prepared, but I felt that I wanted to speak more from my heart and where my passion lies in ending poverty through innovation, creativity, and the gift of entrepreneurship. Thank you so much for this time.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kimberly, for that high energy session. As you said, entrepreneurship is a gift from God, and it helps us dream big and build a financial legacy and help others. Let's embrace the spirit of entrepreneurship, as you said, and let us support more small businesses, especially women-led businesses, to support SDG 1 and empower. Thank you so much. I think you are doing an amazing job through the Economic Hub.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Kimberly.